Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Hey, Danielle, how are you? This will be my review on Ready to Love, Season 10, Episode 2. Title is We Got Some Chocolate, y'all. And yes, we do. Some nice chocolate, honey. I mean, when I tell you the fine that was on this screen also this time around, I'm talking about that just butter skin chocolate with nice teeth. Yes, plenty of that. Plenty of that. So if I had to rate this episode, I think it's just kind of like an introduction. So I would say probably like a B minus B. I mean, it's just an introduction to everyone. I guess we haven't gotten to the drama yet. This is my first time reviewing this show. So we start off with Coley, okay? Hey V baby. Yes, yes, yes. Danielle and V baby in the house. Coley is 32 and she is a flight attendant. Okay. And as soon as she steps, she's the first person we meet. And she says, walking in, I am super confident. In any room I walk into, I turn heads. And yet you're still on this show looking for love. Now, I'm all for a woman or a man with confidence, but she was giving a little too much for me. And she was also giving me vibes that she was told she was beautiful her whole life, and therefore she felt she didn't need any substance to her. She just had to look good. That's the vibe that Coley was giving me throughout this show. And for whatever reason, I didn't understand why her hair wasn't done. Okay. I don't understand why her hair wasn't done. At first, I was like, I'm gonna give her a pass because it was clearly summertime and people was hot. But even in this confessional, her hair doesn't look necessarily like done. I don't know if she feels like because she has a certain grade of hair, she doesn't have to do anything with her hair. But yeah, so this is who we actually have. First person is Coley, okay? And then we meet Fritz. I think Fritz is so cute. I like his vibe. He just gives me just very Philly. And maybe it's because of like all the guys, all the rappers and stuff that come out of Philly. He just kind of has that look, but you could tell very intelligent, very smart. He works in wealth management. He travels, a beautiful smile, beautiful set of teeth. And y'all know I'm a sucker for a nice smile. Skin just perfect. Yeah, I was really, really, yes, Freeway. Yes, he was giving me that. I was like, oh, he's so Philly. He is so Philly. But you know what I like about Fritz? If you probably saw him on a day-to-day basis, you will probably have people who would stereotype him and wouldn't think that he's a financial analyst. Like, he's in wealth management. He probably makes a lot of money, and people probably look at him and assume that that is not the case. I like people like that, like where you don't know what they do. He ain't trying to wear his wealth on him or whatever. He had on his linen and stuff like that, but you just would never know, and I appreciate that. But definitely liked him, was feeling him. And then we meet Tay Tay. Everybody loves Tay Tay, okay? She is definitely a favorite. And to be quite honest, she is besides D from the last episode, she's my favorite too. Tay is a whole vibe. She is a whole vibe, okay? First of all, that dress she did have on, I seen this dress at a boutique. I wonder if she got it at the same online boutique that I saw it in, but she definitely is a vibe, honey. The dress, everything, her makeup, her hair, She was on point with it, and all the guys love her. Okay. Hey, Tracy. How you doing? RTL men usually don't have side teeth, child. What? RTL men don't have side. What the hell? Really? Danielle be coming with the facts, but at the same time coming with the shade and clowning at the same time. Really? They don't have side teeth. I'm gonna need them to go to a dentist. What is up with people? Is that like the first teeth that fall out if people don't go to the dentist is side teeth? Because low key, I've seen women with no side teeth too. Is that like the first one that comes out? I don't know. Tracy. Yeah, Tay Tay's a whole vibe. She is the whole vibe. And she definitely was easy for these men to open up to. Okay. Now, my personal opinion, I think her and Fritz will make a beautiful couple. I'm really feeling them. Even Fritz though said, I seriously felt like I needed to call my mom and tell her I met the one. I met your daughter-in-law. And I was like, oh, but I do feel that out of all the men she spoke to, her and Fritz seem to be a vibe, really. Because Fritz seems to be kind of chill and she has more of a bubbly personality. So they're kind of like the yin and yang, but at the same time, they still have things in common that they want to do. Love them, but we're gonna see. So yeah, Tay Tay, and I feel like I can relate to her because she said one thing about her and not really being able to be in a relationship was work and school interfered with her dating life. And baby, I can relate to that. I think a lot of us can relate to that. You are so used to your normal routine on a day to day basis that it's like to try to fit something else in seems to be impossible until you just realize you have no choice if you really want to settle down and find love. But she said that, and she said, honey, she is ready to say, my man, my man, my man, and eventually her husband, her husband, her husband. And I was like, I hear you, Tay Tay. I think Tay Tay is about to be also a show favorite also. I hope she's able to take this and it can be very lucrative for her and she can do a lot with being on this show, hopefully. Oh, and she's a nurse. Nurse, I can't even say anesthesiast. I think that's what she was saying, nurse anesthesiast. So then we have Cam, which is another sexual chocolate mic drop. And he's a firefighter. And I'm trying to figure out if him and D know each other. I wonder if they know each other. And then when they actually see each other, I'm assuming the next episode, will they know who they are? Like, it can't be that many. I wonder how many black firefighters there are in the city of Philadelphia, and not to mention black female firefighters. So I think they may know each other, but we'll have to see. Maybe he's in the suburbs or she's in the suburbs, but we'll see. So, but I would like to see Cam and possibly D based on his personality. I could see, personality wise, how they could fit. I just don't know if a firefighter and a firefighter would actually want to be in a relationship together. But Cam said that a lot of times these women fantasize about firefighters and they never really get to know him. And I was like, I have never in my life fantasized about a firefighter. In fact, I feel like I would get anxiety having my man or knowing my man does such a dangerous job. Like, to me, firefighters, police officers, those are type of jobs that you got to be strong as hell because you just never know. You just never know. So I don't know. I've never had a desire to be with a firefighter police officer. I mean, if that's who God calls me to be with, then so be it. But I ain't never fantasized, child. I don't know. Fun fact, black firefighters are the most divorced men. You sure? Or police officers? Because I heard police officers is dogs too, allegedly. I'm sure all of them are not though, but I can see that being the case because they say really high, like stressful jobs that can happen. That can really happen. So I could believe it. Yes, Renee. Hey, Renee, being worried. Yes. I would be too worried to have a man in those type of fields, I would be so on the edge. Exactly. Worried about them coming home. And even like firefighters, like, that's a dangerous job. And then even them making it home safely, I often wonder about like how all of that smoke and fire, even with their equipment affecting their lungs and things like that. Yeah, I would be worried as hell. But with that being said, child, we meet Raquel, aka Rocky, and she seems cool. But you know what's interesting though? Her personality and Sahara's personality, I feel, are one and the same. Did y'all get that vibes? I feel like she act just like Sahara. So it would be very interesting if they treat her differently or the same. But she seems cool. She seems really cool. And immediately, honey, she went after Khalil. All right. And only thing I will say about her though, um, I mean, her hair is bleach blonde. That's not the issue. I don't know exactly what she was going for as far as the hair is concerned, but apparently it was super hot. They was probably doing this in the middle of the summer. I didn't like her damn outfit though. It was ill-fitting. I think it's her shape. I just think her shape and that outfit just didn't work well with each other. But yeah, I wasn't feeling the outfit. But other than that, it seems immediately her and Khalil got along. They're both from North Philly, damn near the same street, it seemed like. And so they hit it off immediately. And Khalil, 31 years old, he's actually the VP of a roofing company that his family owns. One thing I will say is he has a sleeve, a tattoo sleeve dedicated to his brother. He lost his brother, and I guess it was unexpected, but he almost choked up when he was talking about it in a confessional. And when men get that vulnerable where they're about to choke up, it does something to me, child. It does something to me. But he was saying that losing his brother, he said he realized, life is short and that he needs to find his one that he wants to pour into. So I definitely like that. But yeah, it seemed like him and Rocky, hell, to the point where Khalil was too busy talking to Rocky. He didn't really talk to any other women. That's how immediately he saw her and he was like, yeah, let me go talk to her. Let me see. Let's see. What was most interesting to me is how her hair didn't lay in the back and that 60 with the tattoo. Well, she definitely is tattooed up, but he seemed to like it. He said he liked her arm piece and everything, so he liked girls tatted up. So again, we'll have to see. But to me, her and Sahara got the same personality, the exact same personality. Francisco, the I need to take my shirt off because it's super hot. Sir, you knew it was hot when you got there that day. You knew it was going to be a hot day, period. So why automatically didn't you wear something that would have been appropriate for the heat? You just wanted to take your shirt off. I ain't mad at you though, but you just wanted to take your shirt off. So Francisco, child, random, oh, it's so hot, let me take my shirt off. Yes, you look good though, but I low-key noticed that diamond. It looked like he had a diamond with the K in the middle on his arm. Are you a noob, sir? Now, I usually can spot those things very, very well, and I feel like that's exactly what I saw. I think he's a Kappa. Be careful with them Kappas, I'm just saying. So anywho, with that being said, he actually works with the housing authority, he said, but he's really into bodybuilding and educating kids about health and working out and all of that stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so you're like homeboy with the 5 kids. Hell, I don't know, I already forgot his name. Naeem. Yeah, he like him. So I was like, okay, we're gonna see how many kids some of these other people have or whatever. So then we meet uh Hussein. The only reason why I'm getting it confused now is because Rose was saying that, oh, people probably called you Hassan, I guess, your whole life, but his name is Hussein, okay? Why does Hussein remind me of Kwame Brown? Is it just me? And then the fact that he said he hoops too, or he used to play basketball, I said, oh my gosh. I said, he remind me so much of Kwame Brown, but Hussein, he actually used to play basketball and loved basketball, of course. But he said he really found a passion for visuals and interior design. I love that he is on this show. Okay. Yeah, Hussein he's fine. He is fine. I love the fact that he is on this show. That's another good piece of chocolate with beautiful skin. They had no blemishes. Like they just had smooth like a butter skin. But I love the fact that he's on this show to say, hey, yes, I'm 6'7". I used to be a basketball player or whatever the case may be. But you know what? I found another passion and I'm making my money. So I love that because you can see somebody on TV saying it's not all about basketball. You can find other things to do and you can, be able to do other things after basketball. Love that. Hey, Ruby. That's interesting enough too, because I actually met a guy who used to play basketball. He was like 6'7", 6'8" also, and he ended up becoming a lawyer. So, I like to hear these stories instead of always thinking like your world is over if that basketball doesn't continue. And then we actually meet Rose, who was a hairstylist. And one thing I liked about, yes, I love the chocolate, honey. It was chocolate all up in this episode. But one thing with Rose, I like the fact when she walked in, she introduced herself to the women and the men because her and Tay had a moment with each other and they was like, hey girl, hey, yeah, I love your dress, I love your outfit. I love to see that because it's like, even though this is, I guess, considered a dating competition of some sort, I like the fact that they were able to compliment each other and be like, this is love. Like at the end of the day, hey girl, hey sis, how you doing? Love that. But yeah, Rose is a hairstylist and she hits it off with Hussein. And honestly, I like that. They seem to have a lot in common. You know, like they seem to have a lot in common. They seem to actually they like the interior design. I don't know. Did she mention to Hussein that she had a child? I know she mentioned that to Fritz, but at least we didn't see it on actual we didn't see it on the show that she mentioned she had a child to Hussein, but I like the fact that they hit it off. Let me see. Yes, the chocolate. I love Rose's walk the room. She said Roses walked the room. I mean, yeah, she definitely was very classy when she came in. She didn't look at that girl like she was competition. So yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. What in the world? Sometimes I wonder about people and how they handle their business. I'm sorry. That was a business text I had to do really quick. But yeah, so with that being said, love that. And she low key was promoting her business. I'm not even mad at you, sis, because she wanted to make sure that she said that she has a beard oil company. And she was checking out his beard. And I said, look, I ain't mad. Just make sure you got your Instagram page up or whatever the case may be and promote your beard oil business. Hope it's very successful. So, Will is back. Will is back. And so he doesn't change, of course. And I also thought, I think I even said the last episode that I thought it was a nervous thing, a nervous type of thing with him laughing and the cameras and stuff like that. But I also think that's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? I look, at the end of the day, I think there is definitely a woman out there for Will. Some women actually would find him hilarious as hell. For me, I probably would get somewhat annoyed by him sometimes. But one thing that I did laugh about this episode is when he introduced himself to Khalil and he said the MC name is Khalil. And if you can't spell it, you never will. Us 40 babies and 50 babies know exactly where that came from when he said that, okay? I'm sure it went over Khalil's head because Khalil was only like 30, 31 years old. But when he said that, I did laugh because it took us back to our childhood. But again, Khalil was probably like, let me just laugh to play this off because I don't know what the hell he talking about unless Khalil's an old soul. But yeah, so, and then of course we have Sahara Child. She is back. And she said, honey, that she is wearing a love potion. A secret potion. She's giving me witchy vibes. She is. She already was talking about the whole candle situation the last episode of melting the candle and then burying the candle and then burying the man. Now she talking about love potions and secret potions that she done put together. She is giving me witchy vibes. Don't eat her spaghetti. Don't eat her spaghetti. I'm telling you right now. I don't know. She done said too many things already that's making me side-eye her. And we only in the second episode. I'm just like, what is going on with Sahara, child? I don't understand. But then Tommy comes out and child, Shanice, I believe is her name. Now, look, her body's on point. I think she's 44 years old. Body on point. I ain't even mad at sis. I'm mad at that outfit, though. It is giving me En Vogue early 90s vibes. That's what it's giving me. It is truly giving me En Vogue. This is En Vogue. But En Vogue, this was cute, in my opinion, in the early 90s, not in 2024, 2025. But I don't know. Maybe this is one of her little things or whatever. Hold on, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, Lord Jesus, I tell you, people and how they do business. But yeah, y'all, what did y'all think about her outfit? What did you think about her outfit? It was truly giving me, hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Yeah, it was giving me that. Her hair almost too. She was giving us retro vibes. Truly retro vibes. So yeah, Shani, she's different. Wait, what you saying, V baby? Wearing a potion, but still ended up on a love show. Same thing I said with Coley. You talking about your head's turned every time you walk in a room, but you still single like the rest of us, sis. So what's going on? Yes, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. That's what she's giving me. She was giving me, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm telling you, y'all know that's the look she giving. That's what people used to wear back in the early 90s. It's just not giving now. But anywho, let me move on, child. Let me move on. So Shani said that she's a serial entrepreneur. And she was talking to Cisco, and she did say something that was so true to me when she said we are so used to our daily schedules, work, and you know how we just have our set schedule and we just repeat it the next day, which makes it hard for people to meet up. I truly believe that is the case. And with social media, it has made it worse. Social media has made it to where people don't have to leave their house. They feel like just being on the internet makes them social. Now, while I have a channel and I'm social with y'all, I make an attempt to still go out. Like, I just cannot be in the house. Some people can do that, and that is their version of being social. That's why I think it's impossible for a lot of people, and you have a lot of single people today. But with that being said, look at Hussein's eyes in that picture. Busted sir eye. Yeah. No, I don't know if he was actually looking at her, but one thing I will say though, Shani, she got a body. She got a body. You could tell she definitely keeps herself up. I think she mentioned that she does Pilates. So you know what I'm saying? I can't knock her on that. You know, and I guess maybe she was trying to wear this because it fits her curves. But to me, the way, as far as how fit she is, she could wear anything and she would probably look good in it. I just didn't understand the gloves. I think the gloves is what really threw me off. What really threw that was given prom. Remember back in the day, proms where people wore gloves like that? That's what it was given for me. That is the 90s. But with that being said, child, so what else? So Shani has like 10 jobs, okay? 10 jobs. She says she's a trucking, she was a celebrity stylist. What else did she say she do? She do a little bit of everything. Like, I don't know, child. Like, I feel like it's given a jack of all trades, but a master at none. Like, I'm like, how many things can you really do? Or are you doing all of that because you have to be able to stay like financially secure? Like, I was confused. What else did she do, y'all? Do y'all remember what else she said? I know she said trucking. She said celebrity stylist. What else did she say that she did? Because it was a lot, to the point where the guys was even turned off. And I think honestly, it would make anybody turned off, because it's like, well, damn, if you're doing that, are you really gonna have time for a relationship? I don't know. I was just like, girl, you doing a little too much. Like, you doing a little too much. Okay, yeah, jobs like Phaedra. Phaedra's main job though is a freaking reality TV show star. Cause that's truly, to me, it seems to be her bread and butter. That's my opinion on the situation. But yeah, I was like, girl, group home seat. Yes, she said group home too. Now the group home should be to the point where you can't do anything else. You can't do anything else because of the group home. She said multiple group homes, right? So I was like, oh, you all over the place. But with that being said, we'll see who she connect with. Who do you think Shani would be a good connection with? Who do y'all think should be? Frisco, maybe? I don't know, because honey, she said she like her some Francisco, because of his Dominican Puerto Rican spiciness. I don't know. She said guys who look like that. And I'm like, guys who look like what? He looked like a black guy. Is there something about Francisco besides maybe his name that gave off that he's Hispanic? I don't know. I was just like, oh, okay, girl. I mean, he seemed like your average black man, but she, I guess, felt that he had a little bit of spicy, and that's what she prefers on it. She said that's what she likes. So we'll see how she does. But it seems like that was the main guy that she seemed to have some type of connection with. Phaedra, oh, you didn't get your notification? What is going on? You may have to like remove it and then add it again. Phaedra's main job these days is throwing that all over Africa with Portia. Cisco's Dominican. Is he? Because he was talking about Puerto Rico with Tay, so I thought he was Puerto Rican. I thought he was Rican, but who knows, honey? So maybe he is Dominican, because you can't mess that up, honey. You will not call the Boricua Dominican and vice versa. They gonna have a whole attitude, okay? A whole attitude. I learned that. I learned that when I moved to New York, honey. You cannot switch that up at all whatsoever. So, child, let me tell y'all something. The convo between Fritz and Sahara. When Fritz was talking about how the earth is round and curved, and she was like, I know, no, no, nope, 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 the world is flat, honey. I mean, she said earth is flat, earth is flat. And he was looking at her like he was really concerned, like, are you playing right now? Like, are you joking right now? And she was like, no, it's the earth is flat. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh my gosh, Fritz's face was priceless. He looked like he was so concerned. It was hilarious. What part of New York? Just asking for a friend. What you mean, what part of New York, Tracy? What part of New York can you not mix them up, girl? All parts of New York, or any place where you have a big population of a Latino community. Like, seriously, don't ever screw that up. Fritz was looking at exactly like, are you okay? Are you all right? Cisco, bye. Don't let the Colt 45 fool you. So yeah, so with that, y'all, when he said at that point, in fact, at the end, he said Sahara was a no-go for him. And I was like, I'm sure. And I think more than anything, he was like, I don't think this girl is that smart. So, but anywho, with that being said, Coley has a talk with Hussein, and a couple other people. But she shows more and more that she is in her still look pretty, but nothing else in me, but still look pretty. That's the vibes that she was giving. She has no substance from what we see on the show. She did not talk about anything seriously at all. And the only thing she said that she wants in a man is that he is tall and kind. That's it. Just tall and kind. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I said, what the hell? Tall and kind. And even in the confessional, she was like, he has to be at least 6'2". And production was like, is that it? What's your ideal guy? Describe him. Just 6'2". And I was like, oh my gosh, where is this girl from? She has to be from a warmer state, because she said when she first got to Philly, she said that she looked in the sky and she was like, oh my gosh, there's pollution falling from the damn sky. And that's when somebody said, you idiot, that's snowfall, like that snow falling from the sky. Let me find out her ass is from damn California. Hopefully she's from Florida. Don't be from California, Coley. Just don't. Because, I mean, honestly, what you would give is the stereotypical what they assume about Kelly in the first place. Gosh, I hope she's not from California. But yeah, she just brings no substance. But with that being said, Will has a conversation with her also, and she doesn't like how Will is, she's like, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he doesn't listen. And he's just, he has this nervous laugh or whatever the case may be. But he was talking to Cam and he was like, yeah, well, this is kind of hard for me. And, I'm supposed to find a connection that fast. Like, let me go get the snacks before they kick me off the show or whatever. He felt more comfortable talking to Cam than he did talking to the women. From what we saw, that dingbat said, am I a hiatus? Yeah, when she said that, I said, excuse me? In the South, she said, Chris, don't do us here in the South. We don't claim her. She from wherever you at. No, she could easily be from Florida. The fact that she had never seen snow fall from the sky, the only place I could give is Florida. I can give, well, you know what? There may be certain places. Well, I'm sure even if you're like from Texas, there has to be at least one time in your life you've maybe seen snow in Texas. Doesn't it snow anywhere in Texas? I don't know, but I do know the main places that you're not going to see snow unless you're in the mountains is California, Florida, like maybe Arizona, because you'll even see snow in freaking Vegas. So yeah, I don't know, child, but I was just like, oh, damn. But anywho, so with that being said, Will is coming off like he's corny, but you know what pissed me off, y'all? And I'm gonna have to share this. Now, I wish I could share my screen, but unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to share my screen because it's on another website and I ain't trying to get no flag or nothing. But they did not share with us one of the most amazing things that I learned about Will. And I wish they would have showed this, but to show this would have humanized him, and people probably would have been annoyed that he got kicked off. So he actually has a conversation with Tay. And I knew it would be a conversation with Tay because Tay has that type of vibe where it seems like people can really open up to her. Okay. He has a conversation with Tay. Let me get it off of Shawnee so then that way we can get back to Will. And this was actually deep. So let me actually play it for y'all. Oh, of course, they got to do commercials. But yeah, once I heard this, yes, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Dumb. Yeah, for real, dumb. But hit the like button. And once I heard this, I said, why didn't we see this, Will? I say what you think. Can you hear it? It's a tongue twister. That's for anesthesia, right? There you go. Oh, I know too much about anesthesia. Okay. Tay works in anesthesia, and it immediately triggered the memory in my mind of just laying on a table in a hospital due to an emergency heart surgery. Oh, open heart surgery last September. Last September? September 1st.
And you here. I'm here. My gosh, I love that. I almost died. 40 years old, I get bit by a bug, and it literally almost kills me. The heart surgeon came to my room to tell me I needed heart surgery, and if I didn't get it, I would die. I was there by myself. Oh, that's scary. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I had that person that I felt was my person, I wouldn't have been alone. It just almost brought tears to my eyes to know that he had to deal with that alone, because that's not something that a person should have to deal with alone. And the fact that he felt safe to express that to me, I thank him for that. I had a connection with him then. That was tough. I can't imagine. You have my sympathy, because I couldn't imagine, honestly, like the doctor coming in and saying it. Now, I was never very trusting of doctors anyway, because I watched both.
Okay, so did y'all hear that? And fair use, even though I'm just playing the audio, but fair use. So yeah, Will shared something very personal. He was almost out of here because a bug bit him. And he was in a hospital by himself because, of course, he wasn't married. He had been married twice, but they only lasted, a year each. His parents were also gone. So he was literally in a hospital by himself and had to make that decision immediately to save his life. And so that is an interesting story that we should have heard about on the actual show, not a clip from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, why didn't y'all share this with us? He just seemed like a goofy cornball who was just laughing all the time. While I still feel like it was a nervous thing for him, maybe what he went through September of, I guess, whatever year that was, I'm assuming this was September of 2023. Maybe after that, he just realized life is too short to be so serious all the time because of that almost like life-changing, life-passing experience. So I was like, damn, like y'all didn't want to show us that? No, they didn't want to show us that. They just wanted us to see that he was a goofball or corny and just wanted to joke all the time. So I definitely would have loved to see that part of Will before they forced him off the show. So Tommy, of course, asked the guys who they like. And of course, they all love Tay. Everybody loves Tay, but they're not feeling Shanice because they say all she talks about is work, and Coley. And of course, like I said, Fritz mentions Sahara after the whole Earth is flat situation. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Hey, Mia, V baby. Oh, they cut out. Exactly. Man, I was just like, y'all really at least give him that before he's forced off the show so you can humanize him. All you saw him doing was laughing, but he really had a heart-to-heart moment with Tay about that, which explains why when Tommy asked Tay, who does she want to leave? And she's like, I don't want nobody to leave. Because she actually did have a heart-to-heart moment with Will. Because I thought she was going to say Will, but she had a heart-to-heart moment with him. We just didn't see it on the show. So, anywho, with that being said, so that's what the guy said. Now, of course, on the women's side, Tay said she liked them all, but the main names that came up was Will, of course, and Khalil, because Khalil was too busy chilling with freaking Rocky. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So, child, Tommy comes out and he's about to do his little get off the island, some people gotta go thing. Baby Sahara, child. Sahara looked like she was about to morph into something else or cry. Look at them faces. And she even said in her confessional, like, I'm about to fight Tommy. He bet not kick me off this time. Like, I bet not be in the bottom two. I will fight him. And I was like, I think she really means it. I think she really means it. I really do. She gonna put some type of potion, something on him. But anywho, it was between Khalil and Will. And of course, it was Will. But my whole thing is, Tommy, why did you have to let everybody know and put him up in the front of the class to let everyone know that he got rejected twice? Like, why did you have to do that? Why did we have to know, or they had to know that he did this before and got voted off the island, and he got voted off the island a second time? I didn't understand the purpose of that, but to just be messy and for the purposes of the show. But I was just like, damn, he probably already feel bad that he got voted off the island twice, and you got to let them know he did this experiment before. He did this experiment before, and they said the same thing. He ain't ready for love. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So, honey, when they did the girls on who need to get, hey, Kashari, Damien's face in the face, head as I'm telling you, she looked like I was like, ooh, you talk about different personalities. I was like, baby. But once she heard that her name wasn't called in the last two, she almost looked like there was a sigh of relief. So the names that was called was Coley and Shanice. Okay. Looks like I have another show to watch now. You do, girl, you do. This is actually a good show. This is my first time actually watching this show. So we gonna watch it together for the first time. So, but yeah, so they call Coley and they call Shanice, and they end up saying Coley has to go. And baby, Coley get up there, and so Tommy is like, now, Coley, I am sure you wondering, well, you gave Will another chance. Why not give me another chance? And she's like, F it. Absolutely not. She was like, if they ain't feeling me, they ain't feeling it. Me. F it. And I was like, okay. Even everybody else was like, okay. And she was like, I mean, if they're not feeling me, they're not feeling me. I mean, they try to make it seem like I had a wall up, but the door is right there. You could just walk through the door. And I'm like, maybe you need to take this constructive criticism, and maybe there is a reason why you are still single. Like, to go on these shows, it can be helpful to maybe see how you come across. I understand it's still reality TV and they have to spice it up, but sometimes you can possibly learn some things about yourself. But honey, she didn't want to learn shit about herself. She don't want to learn nothing because she feel like, honey, she's perfect, okay? She's perfect. She has no issues. There's no critiques that she needs. It's them. It's not her. We are all in for a treat. Yes, we are all in for a treat because this seems like it's about to be a crazy, where they usually are really keys that we should, well, that's where yeah, exactly. And I think that's where it's from, or they do it on YouTube. But to me, some of these things needs to be on the show. They need to be on the show. See, that's why they ain't feeling you. Right. For you to just make it seem like it's them and it's not, it's them, it's not me. But when she found out that there's 8 more singles, and when he said, well, there's 8 more singles or whatever the case may be, she went into script acting mode. Because to me, this was a script moment. This was a script. This was what's her name? Vienna White. What's the freaking lady's name that was the model on Wheel of Fortune? What was White? Her last name was White. She gave one of them moments. I'm like, girl, are you really here for love? Or are you looking for your next break? Because she was like, oh, ooh, ah, ooh, yes, I'll do it. I was like, really? Vanna White. Thank you. I said Vienna. Am I trying to think of Vienna sausage or something? Isn't the Vienna sausage? Yeah, Vanna White. She was definitely trying to do one of those, like, ooh, ah, ooh, I was like, girl, bye. Do you want the opportunity or not? So at that point, she said yes, because there's new singles that she hasn't met yet. She wants to stay on, okay? And then, of course, all of them are laughing. Now, Cisco, you was doing a little bit too much mimicking her. Did y'all see him at the end mimicking her and snapping his fingers? And I said, Cisco, calm it down, sir. Calm it down. You're doing too much. Yeah, it was too much. But with that being said, that's when the episode goes off. I hope we see more of her. She did not even just the airhead. She came off conceited too. I mean, she started off the damn show talking about when she walks in a room, she's super confident and heads turn when people see her, and how some guys say that she's intimidating, but what's to be intimidated about a beautiful woman? She said that within the first 2 minutes of us seeing her on the show. Like, seriously. Yes, he was giving men on film 3 snaps in Z formation. That's what he was giving. He was really giving that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's a comedian too, honey. But I was like, oh, you doing too much. But again, this is TV. So, some people try to turn it up for TV. But I was like, that ain't the turn up I wanted to see. Especially, isn't it interesting? All of that buffness. And he up there snapping like that. I was like, child, I guess. Raise her that pretty was just, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, she gives off that vibes that because she was told she was pretty her whole life, she doesn't need to have any substance. Unfortunately, that happens a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of that in the superficial world out here in La La Land. They feel like the looks is everything. Now, with a lot of guys, that is everything to them. Do they necessarily respect them though? I don't know. But a lot of them just want the arm candy. That's all they want. They want a look. It's not about the substance for them. But again, that to me is the difference between a lot of East Coast men versus West Coast men. As someone who has lived on both coasts, I can actually say that. Being born and raised here, back here, and also have lived on the East Coast for years. It's a total difference. Like, guys on the East Coast, it is about substance for them. It is about, sometimes you don't have the best looking woman, I guess, the superficial part of it, but she's everything that you want. And she has the confidence, the swag, and all of that. And on the West Coast, a lot of the times it's strictly about the look. They sometimes prefer that she's an airhead. That's just the way it is. And to me, Coley gives off the vibes that she just felt like being pretty was enough. So if, say, for instance, she saw a man that she felt like she'll want her, but she sees a woman that he's with that is not as pretty as her, she would have an issue with that. Not understanding that man is about substance. And clearly, this is what these guys were saying. And she did not want to take the constructive criticism. They were saying, yeah, you look great. Even Hussein was like, when she had on that red dress, I was like, wow. But then when I sat down with her, we did not have a serious conversation. There was nothing there. This is why I want them to do a West Coast version of this show. I'm curious to see what they have when it comes to the West Coast version. But yeah, she gives me those vibes that, again, but like I said, beauty is only skin deep. That can only last for so long because the looks will eventually disappear. And then the fact that she's a flight attendant, I'm like, girl, the pretty girl who's the flight attendant, because they automatically have stereotypes about flight attendants too. Like, they're not smart, that they just look a certain way and they just want to travel. She just gives all the damn stereotypes, which makes me wonder, does she want to be a flight attendant forever? Because I know that some people's dream job is to be a flight attendant. I have actual friends who are flight attendants. But from my understanding, flight attendants, it used to be a really good career to have, but from my understanding, especially since after all of the drama that has been going on with the airlines and stuff, to get on now is not as lucrative. Like, you would be able to really have a successful life and have, buy a home and all of that stuff being a flight attendant. I don't know if that's the case anymore. So I'm wondering if that's what she really wants, or is she doing that to meet certain people, aka meet certain men, so she can become a kept woman? Think about that. Because certain women will put themselves in certain careers so they can find that guy that is going to pretty much swoop them off their feet and they don't ever have to work again. Is that what you're doing, Coley? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. What's up, DeMarcus? She ain't much to look at, but God dang, she makes a mean potato salad. She ain't much of who said that? Wait a minute. Is that, I feel like I heard that from somewhere. What was that from, Kashari? I can't remember where that's from, but yeah. Coley, look, we that's and she also don't give me vibes like she mentioned. Does she cook? Like, what are her hobbies? Child, like what is she did say she liked to shop. She said that. She definitely mentioned the shopping. I was just like, damn, like what girl, what else? Is there anything? Do you have an education? Like, what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is really going on? But we'll have to see. We'll have to see with good old Coley. But I'm excited. It is The Color Purple. Shane was like, is that what it was for The Color Purple? Now, usually I know my classics like the back of my hand. I don't think it was The Color Purple. I'm gonna have look, Kashari, watch when I get off. I'm gonna straight up Google that and see where it came from. I feel like I heard it from somewhere. I can't remember where though. But with that being said, you guys, that is the end of my review for episode 2. We'll have to see, honey. The drama hasn't kicked in yet. Let Danielle and others tell it. This show turns into a ghetto mess. Now, I ain't seen the ghetto part of it yet. I can see the potential side of it, but we haven't seen it yet. Just as long as it don't give me Zeus vibes or Married to Medicine vibes, because I can't stand educated, successful folks that look like myself acting a ratchet fool on national TV. But, hey, at the end of the day, I'll have to say this is my first season. So I have to see if it's going to keep my interest. For how many episodes is typically in these seasons, Danielle? For those who watch Ready to Love, how many episodes is in a season? Are we talking about 10 episodes, 15 episodes? Like, do we have a long haul, a couple of months to watch this show? Because I don't know, child. I don't know how many episodes usually come in a show. And then you said that there's back-to-back seasons in the same city. So this is the first time they're in Philly. So they're going to do another Philly, right? 10 episodes. Okay, thank you. Oh, DeMarcus, you watched the show too? Little tidbit, Eddie been out there. He's still with his baby mama at 10 through 12. Eddie, who? Oh, you talking about the fine one, child, from last week. The curly hairs, big smile, and eyes. He done put out there he's still with his baby mama. Yeah, we knew he wasn't shit. We knew that. That man is too fine to be trying to act like he looking for love, ready for love. He did say he had a daughter too. Yeah, what you on this show for? What you on this show for, sir? Sexy. Matter of fact, let me see if he on my little PowerPoint presentation. I think he on here. This is Eddie. This is Eddie. Fine as hell though. But this is Eddie. Claiming he looking for love, ready for love, and he can't find it in Philly of all places. Boy, bye. What is your purpose? Why is you here? Why is you here? But anywho, yeah. So with that, 10 episodes. 10 episodes. I heard similar on Andy Griffin. I gotta catch up on others after season 1. Season 1 was good. Yeah. See. Oh my gosh, I knew Eddie was no damn good. I knew he wasn't. Can you really be that fine? Can you really be that fine and actually be a good guy? I don't know. I don't know if that exists. Maybe it does. Maybe I shouldn't be negative, but that man is just perfect. Tall, handsome, beautiful smile, eyes, the hair. Oh my gosh. They put it out on his IG and all. Chad, I knew that was coming. Didn't we talk about that last episode? I was like, yeah, I don't know about him. He give me vibes. You know who he give me vibes of? What was Leon's character on Waiting to Exhale? What was Leon's character on Waiting to Exhale? That's what he gives me. Leon's character on Waiting to Exhale. Leon, who was in 5 Heartbeats, he was actually the boyfriend, the trifling boyfriend who was still married to Layla Rashawn's character, Robin. Yeah, that's the vibes that he gives me. He do a beautiful smile, just sexy. He is fine like the one on Put a Ring on It. He's gorgeous, which makes him dangerous. You need to squint your eye at all of Okay, so you done prepared me on where this is about to go with this show. First of all, you done scared me saying half of the men don't be having their teeth on the side. And now this sounds like this is about to be like Love is Blind, where they literally be exposing people left or right. I guess this is what we give it on these Ready to Love shows. Okay. Well, look, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. But with that being said, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on my next video. Toodles.